All right, we are doing corrections for day 3 warm-ups. Here we go. We're going to just start over here with 647 plus 1,234. Everything's lined up. Not that you have to know this right now for this problem, but every number has a decimal, and you can see the decimals right there, which means you have the decimal lined up in your answer. Again, you don't have to utilize it now, but it will come into play later. All right, 7 plus 4, 7, 8, 9, 10, and 11. I use touch points. Now you cannot put 11 down because you still have digits. In this case, you have digits in the tens place, so you will need to carry that 1. 4 plus 3, 5, 6, 7, plus the 1, 8, and you don't have anything to carry there. 6, 7, and 8, so 6 plus 2 is also 8. And 1 plus nothing. 1. Excellent. All right. So your answer for number 1 is 1,881. You can put a comma in there if you'd like. Remember, you don't have the decimal. I was just putting it in there so that you know that every number has a decimal. So 1,881. Number 2, you're doing subtraction. In subtraction, you need to start in the upper right-hand corner. I'm going to underline it right here. You should always start right there. Okay, with that, if you had 2 apples, can you take away 5? No, so what do you have to do? You're going to go and borrow or regroup. So over here, you're actually going to borrow 1 from the 4, but in theory, you're actually borrowing a group of 10, and I'll show you that right now. So this will become a 3. Now, if you look at this whole number, it went from 42 to 32. So that's the group of 10 that you borrowed. What we like to do with our 10, though, 10 plus the 2, that makes 12. So we usually put a little 1 next to our 2 to make 12. Now you're subtracting, so you're going to count down. So you can still use touch points like Mr. K. 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, and 7. So number 2, the beginning in the ones is 7. Now we come over here to the tens column. What's 3 minus 1? 2. 27. How many got number 2 right? 27? Good. Okay. 8 times 2. And you can just go ahead and put 16 down here because you have no other digits to the left of the 8. Now look at number 4. I start you off with 8 times 2 again. This time you're going to put 16, but you cannot put the 1 down. You have to carry it or regroup. 2 times 2? Well, plus 1. All right, so how many got 56 for their answer? All right, if you didn't, go ahead and fix it. I'll give you a couple seconds. Remember, those of you online, you can go ahead and fix your answers so that tomorrow you get another set of warm-ups. You know how to do them. So go ahead and make corrections. 4 more problems. Number 5, place value. Is that a number or a word? It is a word. They want you to write it out in words. So all we need to know is that every number has a decimal. Boom, there it is. 3 is in the 1, 9 is in the tens, 8 is in the hundreds, 7 is in the, you can say thousands, I'm okay with. And how did anybody in here actually add a word to thousands? Yes, you can go ahead and put 1,000s or thousands. I'll take either. They're both the same. Just so you know, the 5 was in the 10,000s, but we didn't need to know the place value there. So the 7 is in the 1,000s place value. You need to know your place value for number 6. Again, every number has a decimal. The question is round, or the statement is round to the nearest hundred. So you actually have to figure out which number's in the hundreds, and you'll have to remember your rules. Okay? So 1 is in the tens, 1 is in the ones, 4 is in the tens, and 5 is in the hundreds. You, when rounding, should underline the number that's in the requested place. In this case, it was the 5. I am now going to draw an arrow to my neighbor. The neighbor is a 4. Does anybody remember the neighbor rules? Yep, go ahead, Cambria. Well, careful. You got a couple of rules mixed in there. Let's start with 0 through 4. So if the neighbor is 0, 1, 2, 3, or 4, you're going to keep, that's the K, keep the underlying number. If it's 5, 6, 7, 8, or 9, you are actually going to add 1 to the underlying number. So in this case, the 4 is the neighbor. Are we going to keep or plus 1? Keep. So we are going to keep the 5, not keep the 4, keep the 5, because these are the underlying numbers. What happens to all the numbers to the right of the place value? There you go, Cambria. They turn to 0. And what do you do to the numbers to the left of the underlying digit? What do you do with the 2, 8, and 9? Yeah, there you go. We're going to keep them. 289, probably a comma would work well here. So you just rounded 289,541 to the nearest 100, and it's 289,500. All right, HC. Anybody remember what HC stands for? Halloween candy. There you go. Yes, Halloween candy. So you go and you dump out your bag. You start piling everything. If it's Snickers, you got all your Snickers in one pile, Milky Way in one pile, Suckers in a pile, Tootsie Rolls in a pile, gum in another pile. What you're doing here is you're trying to find those like candies, in this case, like terms. So we're going to take the 2A. Can we combine this 2A with the 3Y? Are they alike? If this was a Snickers, would 3Y be a Snickers? No. So we are going to leave that alone. How about this, A by itself? Can we combine this A with the 2A? I agree with Mason. Mason says yes. Even though it doesn't have a number, it actually doesn't have a number. So everybody stop what you're doing in class. Everybody look up here, okay, because this is important. This is where we had some questions. The reason they don't put a number here is how many A's are there? 1. You can put a 1 there, but as long as there's only the letter A, you know there's only 1 anyway. So in our textbooks and things like that, and our worksheets, they don't put the 1 in front of the variable. Now, because these are similar, we're going to take care of these really quick, but let's go through this really quick. Here to the right, does this 2, can this 2 be combined with the A's? No, because there's no A attached to it. So let's do the boxes first. What's 2A minus 1A? Notice the subtraction is in this box. I did not take this addition because this addition belongs to the 3Y. What's 2A minus 1A? I can put 1A or I can just put the letter A. So there's my attempt, the letter A, and I'm done with those two. Now the question is, you said I could not combine the 3Y with the A, so let's underline the 3Y. Does the 3Y, is that similar or like the 2? I agree with Cambria, that is not. So I am going to actually take another color, and this is completely different than the 3Y. So now all we're going to do is we're going to bring down the things that we have not used. We're going to bring down the plus 3Y. Sorry about that. My attempts to a plus and a 3Y. Okay. And we did not use the plus 2. And like we said, this was a Snickers. This could have been gum. The 3Y is gum. And the 2 could have been Tootsie Rolls. All completely different. So your answer in number 7 is this entire simplification of that expression. Okay? All right, last problem, number 8. Perimeter means to do what? Yes, Cambria. Use something else. Add. You mean, yes. Counting, she's saying count up all the sides, or add up all the sides is better. 3 plus 3 plus 3. What's 6 plus 3 first, though? 9. Now 9 plus 3, 12, and 12 plus 3, 15. So your answer is 15 what? Don't forget to put the label there. 15 inches. Another way to do this is you could have multiplied. You have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and all 5 sides are 3 inches apiece. 5 times 3 will give you 15 inches. Any questions on this? Okay. Those are the warm-ups answers.